So welcome to this is my Fortnite gameplay trial. I might make videos soon, but it won't be good. Just like these past 5 episodes. Been lazy on recording because I have an upcoming exam. Remember, I'm still a medical student, so I'll be balancing studying, gaming, and my other sports and stuff. So I landed in Junction for a challenge. Anyway, yeah, I was here doing a challenge. That's why I'm here. You don't regularly see me in the outskirts. This is why it's a low kill win. My high kill, I mean, kill is around above 15, but I get decent amount of kills and kills in the high. So here's the challenge, and I just finished it. Usually when you see a ramp going away from the circle, usually there's someone there, or someone's been there. And luckily enough, I see a person. So here, this is why I like the vault action. I don't just pray and pray. I'm more disciplined and I take better opportunity shots. Unlike the first video or second video, I forget which. I sprayed with the vault. But yeah. So see, he mined for he farmed for me. I have lots of wood. So here in 50 shop, lucky to find a llama. This is faster than opening it, but I think if you do a challenge, it's not gonna count if you just smash it open. I'm not sure. Don't take my word for it. So that slurp juice I left will come into play later. Okay, with the hunting rifle. Here we are in decided to build This is why it's important to get the high ground. I'm double ramping here so he doesn't get a shot at me from above. I completely lost where he was, to be honest. So I boxed myself, take my opportunity to shield. And then listen for his footsteps. Again, I'm not a builder, I'm more of a combat player. That's a flick. I'm a flicker in CSGO. So now, as you can see, my health 75. That's where the slurp juice comes into play. That's why you remember what stuff you've passed. You might need it later, especially when the circle's not there yet. So looking at my surroundings, I see there's a path. Again, running away from it. I don't know why something was wrong. I can always blame Chris. So I switch my pump with the heavy, usually because ever since the shotgun nerfs, the pump, the heavy has become a viable option. Still, the blue pump is still the best. So here, as you can see, I'm healing, though I didn't lose as much health. But I have to be at least 150. But then again, a crafting kill you in one hit if you just have one hit. So building up, Herder said let's him. Again, first rule, find the gun. Next, shields. I was a bit panicky here because these people already had shotguns. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, gun check. Shields. Oh, someone's coming. The early game, when I hear gunshots, I generally go to it and get quick kills. If I was faster, I could have gotten both the kills. Much to say about that except he's a potato. That's how I know where he was. So I used the window to peek. You don't want to be directly on top of that thing, because he might shoot you. I don't know how he moves. All honesty, I don't know how. Battling, I don't know how I missed my shot there, but someone's battling, it's best to observe. Take the shots when you can, but just like that, don't hit it. Always have your back covered. I should have been a headshot, but yeah. I know I said I'm more disciplined, but as you saw, I was spraying and, you know, I missed a lot of shots. But that one hit. Unfortunately, it wasn't a headshot. Now he's aware of where I am. The distinct sound of opening a crate. Couldn't do anything about that. I was in the high ground, he had no shot. Why it's really important to get the high ground. When you see loot like this out in the open, expect two things. One, low health enemies, or potatoes. Low health enemies because they didn't have time to heal and they ran away. At this point, I follow the tactic of go around the edges to encounter less people. But at this game, I think there were too many bush campers. I was half a second late there. So let's talk about patterns. You see this guy, I was watching him, and he had a pattern. So it's easy to predict where he was going to be next. Let's talk about bush campers next. As you can see, I got shot and I'm at the outskirts of the circle. So we know that this might be a potato, might be not. As you see, I shielded myself so I won't get shot. I also blocked his line of sight so he don't get a free shot at me. Pero that shot low damage, 7 I think. When you get damage, heal up, box yourself in, take the opportunity. Don't be in a rush like me. I was in a rush here. Take the time you need. That's why. Apple tree, so I decided to go for them. Boxed myself in. I was too complacent, and that's what I get for being too comfortable. At this point, I know he was a bush camper, so I decided to charge in. I don't know how I missed the heavy. I suck, okay? Important to get your health to 200. A big shield I left there earlier, but as you see the circle, so what I did here was I pulled both of them. You don't have time to drink it, but you need it so bad. Later it's gonna come into play why having 200 is important. Where the last two people are. Now it's just being patient. He's gonna get attacked. I'm gonna take that opportunity to move in. So now he's firing back. So now he's preoccupied. Just so that he doesn't hear me coming, but he knows that he's not killing me. Anyway, that was why it's important to have 200 health. I could have easily gotten killed if he put those shields, traps together. That was a lucky wall, to be honest. So I'm going to the low ground tactic. I know what you're going to say. It's not how you play Fortnite. You always get the high ground. Sometimes getting the low ground pays off. Like that headshot. Okay, maybe I don't play Fortnite properly. I go for the cheap kills. You know, low ground, never go for the high ground. Well, I sometimes go for the high ground, just depends on the situation. Now I'm just being patient at this point. I tried to push. Unfortunately, my stair didn't build. End up losing the opportunity. So yeah, I'm more of a combative rather than a builder. Well, yeah. I mean, if it were squads, then I might be the one rushing into the enemies instead of building. Took my opportunity there. Now at this point, it's just a waiting game. I know I could make this a bit exciting, like go for the high ground, but meh. Say it as it is, I am cheap, but only because I'm aware that I'm recording and I wanted to get wins for this video. Okay, that crate scared me, to be honest. Want something to happen, so I decided to go for it. Screw it. He did manage to hit me, but I managed to flick, and that's how I got the win. So that's it for the 5-episode trial video. Hope you liked it. Thanks. Like the video, subscribe. When I get my new PC, this might be a regular thing. Okay, thanks, bye.